That's what I titled this. Let's just talk. Yeah, I got stuff in the back seat. Those shoes right there, from my husband to my grandma. That's a part of her super belated birthday present. We got to text her sometime soon, and I have a birthday card to go with it. But being in a nursing home and me working at a nursing home, that's my specialty. Yeah, you have to write their name on everything that's theirs, because if not, you'll go back and give it to them. They go back the next week and see, or the next day, and see the stuff that you bought your loved one on somebody else. That would piss me off. But yeah, this right here is my clothes just in case it get cold, because look at what I'm wearing. Short sleeves. And hold on. Shorts. But I do have on socks and house shoes. Just in case. Hi Chris, how are you? Hi Larry, how are you? Hopefully both of y'all are doing well and having a wonderful day. Well, with this weather, the way it being, for finish my previous statement, I woke up this morning, I looked at the sidewalk out the window, I'm like, okay, it's going to rain. Because it did say there was rain in the forecast today. And thunderstorms to be exact. I'm glad you're doing good. Hopefully it's not raining or the weather's not bad where you at. Because this weather here is bipolar. When I stuck my arm outside, it was like, 65, 66 degrees. The same way it felt. Well, but a little bit warmer than yesterday. I'm like, I know if we're out all night tonight, it's going to get cold. So let me pack a bag of sweatpants, some socks, and my jacket. That long socks and my jacket. That's what's in that bag. And yeah, my umbrella up here just in case it rains. Oh, wow, it is? See, this weather is crazy. The United States, and not just Texas. Texas weather has already been bipolar since I've been living. Maybe longer than my grandma been living. Texas weather has been bipolar. But yeah, this weather this year has had some type of mental health crisis or something. Yeah, I'm trying to be prepared for whatever just in case, because, child, when I tell you this weather don't know, the way my grandma put it, this weather don't know his butt from his stomach, or the butt from his mouth, or whatever she would say. This weather is crazy. Like, 1 minute it'll be raining and thunderstorming, then the next one the sun out and it's all bright and shiny. Then it'll be cold within an hour. It'll get cold just like that, like freezing cold. I'm like, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. Like, this weather don't know what it wants to do. One day it's summer, the next day is super winter and about to snow. Then it goes from that to like hurricane weather. From Texas? I'm from Texas. Where are you from? But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I did want to come on here and talk about, y'all, this is bill paying time coming around again. Now, every month I get like this. I'm like, I am so sick and tired of paying bills. Like, I told my husband, I'm like, why are we on? If you want to think about it like that, just making a conversation wise, I was just talking one night. I'm like, we should not have to pay to live on this planet, basically. And that's just a wild conversation I just had with myself. But my thing is, I'm tired of paying bills. I wish I could go back to when I was a child, when I always, when we're children, we want to grow up so quickly because of the lure and the dream we were sold about being adults, or it's so luring. Like, oh my goodness. Well, it looks like somebody got some cleaning to do or something. Somebody got some chores to do, because that's crazy, depending on how old your son is. But yeah, the lure of being an adult that I was sold when I was a kid back in the 90s, I'm like, this ain't it. This is not the dream that, the hope and the dream that I was sold then. Because I'm like, what the hell? This is not what I thought being an adult was going to be. This is not how I thought it was going to turn out. I'm like, dang. Can I go back and tell myself then, girl, stay as young as you possibly can. You better enjoy these years of not having to pay no bills, no responsibility. The only basic responsibility that I had as I grew up was feeding myself, getting myself ready for school, and getting my lunch together. And when I get home, that's what I mean by feeding myself. I didn't have no bills to pay, no nothing. That was the easy life. Like I said, I wish now I could go back. Does anybody else wish that they could go back and tell their younger self, take your time growing up? Because when you're an adult, it's not as good. It's not all of what it's cracked up to be. Because, child, when I tell you, being an adult and having responsibilities, I'm like, dang, can I retire? I don't like the subscription anymore. Can I unsubscribe and give it back and get a refund back so I can go back to being a kid? Because, child, when I tell you, this is crazy. Like, I wish the bills already came paid. I wish adult life was as easy as we thought it. We hoped and thought it was gonna be as kids. Cause, child, when I tell you, this dream was a lie. It was a lie. I was misled. I want my mom. I want my refund back. This ain't it right here. This is not it. I'm about done. Matter of fact, thinking of rain, I just looked off and over here up to the clouds. Yes, it was, Larry. Yes, it was. It was way simpler. And I can only speak for me, but especially back in the 90s, it was so much fun. We were the last generation. Well, my generation was the last generation of all of our shenanigans that we did then, and all of our crazy, embarrassing shit we did then. All of that is not on computer because it's not on social media or anything, because there was no social media. Too, were so busy worried about, well, our generation's parents were so worried about 1999 to 2000 and all that bringing in the internet and stuff, and how the world gonna come to an end and all this extra unnecessary stuff, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they were so busy worried about Y2K. But yeah, I wish I could go back to when it was way simpler, way easier, way more relaxing. Cause it's adult life, ain't it? Yeah, we did. We was like, basically, for lack of a better word, and just joking points, we was the last one to actually go outside and touch grass. Go outside and play. Drink from a water hose. Have to be in before the street light came on. If we had to ask for permission to go and play with a friend around the corner that we just met, because the way I grew up, if my mama and my parents didn't know that person's parents, I'm not going to that person's house. I'm not going nowhere around that person. Now, they can come to my house, they just have to ask for permission from their parent first. That's just the way I grew up. Have any of y'all ever had, when y'all went to go play outside and you stayed too long, your mom had to call your first, middle, and last name? That's how you knew you was in trouble, or you went too far, or you did something. My mama's thing was, when she did that, she called my first, middle, and last name. I knew I was in trouble. If she had to come get me, I was even in way more trouble. I knew I was done for. Yeah, we created our own fun. We had our own games. I'm here playing hopscotch, having sidewalk chalk, playing outside with friends, chasing people, running, racing, and all that. These kids nowadays are so into social media. Yeah, I'm sorry about this motorcycle. It's making so much noise in the background, and I can't even see it. But yeah, these kids nowadays so into social media that they like don't even know what outside feels like. That's why I get so happy when I see kids outside playing football in the parking lot, even though it kind of frustrates me, because you have kids that don't care about other people's vehicles or anything else. They'll just hit your vehicle with anything. But it's all in the way kids are raised nowadays. This is my generation's parent raising kids, my generation as parents raising kids, trying to raise kids. And also, this is the generation that's after us that's having kids too, trying to raise kids. Now, if I had to say if there was one thing that I wouldn't bring from when I grew up into raising my kids, if I had some right now, is the spankings. The whoopings, we called it, or beatings. If you really look at it, that was considered child abuse. We just didn't know it then. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's just me and how I grew up. I wish I could just really go back to simpler times, as Larry put it. I wish I could go back to, using your words, I wish I could just go back to the way things were. Because I don't like this 2025. I don't like this part of the future compared to then. I wish I could, and plus my dad would still be alive. I would have a whole lot of fun with him, because those times, all I had to do, being daddy's little girl, all I had to do was just say I wanted something. If I was good enough, he would get it for me. But yeah, I wish I could. If we could go back then, those were the days. But then you look at all the Rodney King beating and stuff, all the looting and everything that happened back in the 90s. I'm looking at it now like, dang, that was horrible. Like, that was crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to just come on here and just talk about certain things. I wish times could go back to where we didn't have to pay no bills and everything's already taken care of. I wish things were cheaper as cheap as they were then, because compared to now, ain't nothing cheap. Everything is fucking expensive. Everything. And we're not gonna even go back on that topic. But yeah, I'm gonna end this live. I just wanted to come on here and get that off my chest. I will see y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day. Be safe. And if it's raining or whatever the temperature is, y'all just stay safe and stay warm, stay dry, and whatever's going on, just be safe. Love y'all guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you do. If you like what you see, so you can subscribe and come back for more. Bye guys.